Karen's sisters ignored my warnings. Now their car's under a ton of dirt. I never thought I'd be the one to bury a BMW. But here we are. Let me tell you how two entitled sisters pushed this old farmer to his breaking point. After my wife passed, I inherited my grandfather's 40-acre organic farm in rural Virginia. As an Army Corps of Engineers veteran, I was looking forward to some peace and quiet. Wrong. Enter the Whitmore sisters, Veronica and Beatrice. These Karens-in-Chief decided my road was their personal expressway. But that dream was shattered when Meadowbrook Estates, a fancy new subdivision, popped up next door. When I politely explained the damage, she sneered. "This is a public road, old man. Look up prescriptive easement if you're confused." At first, it was just a few cars using my private farm road as a shortcut. No big deal, right? I dug into county records and struck gold. A 1962 deed stating the road was for agricultural vehicle access only in perpetuity. Take that, Karen. My please respect farm property signs, vandalized with public road in hot pink spray paint. 47 unauthorized vehicles per week. That's $3,290 in weekly damages, legally speaking. I sent certified letters to every trespasser. Pay up or see you in small claims court. Apparently, my farm was creating unsafe driving conditions with its dust, slow tractors, and aggressive farm dogs. But there was a threat lurking beneath his smooth talk. Cooperate or watch your property taxes skyrocket. They formed a Meadowbrook Estate Safety Committee, pressuring the county to declare my farm road a public safety hazard. Their reports proved soil compaction, crop yield reduction, and precise measurements of the trespassing. But the real bombshell? 3 Meadowbrook houses, including the Whitmores, were built 8 to 12 feet onto the county road's right-of-way. Illegal as all get out. We planned a multi-phase legal blitz. Criminal complaints against Dale for bribery. Cease and desist letters with hefty fines for trespassers, and notifying the county about those illegal structures. The sisters' public downfall was spectacular. Dale Whitmore resigned from the city council before the FBI could slap the cuffs on him for bribery, extortion, and conspiracy. The court ruled my road was agricultural only, slapping a $500 fine on each violation. It set a statewide precedent protecting agricultural easements. They even got neighbors to sign false affidavits. Pinnacle Properties faced a class action lawsuit and settled for $2.3 million. Those illegally built houses either face demolition or pay back rent. Beatrice's house got foreclosed due to legal fees. They even filed a false police report claiming I made terroristic threats, but my cameras caught Beatrice in the act of vandalism. Checkmate. Karen, Beatrice, with her insurance connections, tried to trigger liability concerns for my farm. Sometimes karma comes in the form of good old Virginia mud. I established the Seeds of Service program, offering free land leases and training to military veterans interested in farming. Little did he know, I was recording every word. Well, let's just say Veronica made one last attempt to use my road as her personal shortcut. She hit a patch of freshly tilled soil after a rainstorm and got stuck. Really stuck. And who knows? Maybe in a few million years, some lucky paleontologist will unearth the remains of a perfectly preserved Karen-mobile. I hope they enjoy the story as much as I enjoyed living it. Yeah, because my 15-year-old retriever is such a menace. I offered to pull it out, for a fee, of course. "Ma'am, that's gonna need an excavator." She refused, storming off to call a tow truck. Background checks expose their lies faster than you can say crisis actor. One day, I caught Veronica's BMW plowing through my herb garden. That was just the beginning. Soon, it was a parade of luxury vehicles trampling my crops. We may be simple folk, but we know our land, our rights, and how to bury a luxury car so deep it'll be fossilized before you get it out. Beatrice started live streaming about my unsafe farming practices with the hashtag #FarmersGoneWild. Real, mature ladies. Veronica, ever the charmer, filed a complaint with the county. Time to put my military training to use. I upgraded my security with some military-grade cameras. Every trespass, every snide comment, all documented. The sisters tried to ambush me during a county inspection, bringing Veronica's brother-in-law, a city planning official with zero jurisdiction. I whipped out my documentation faster than you can say organic kale. The inspector had no choice but to confirm. Private, agricultural lonely road. Did they back down? Of course not. I installed a pneumatic traffic counter. Then Dale Whitmore, Veronica's husband and local city councilman, called. He offered development opportunities for my farm. The Whitmore sisters weren't done. It's time to fight fire with fire. I hired an agricultural expert and surveyor. Virginia law allows counties to charge market rate back rent for structures on public land. We're talking $187,000 for those illegal McMansions. My agricultural lawyer confirmed it. We had a rock-solid case against organized fraud involving elected officials. The sisters' response: they cut my fence, letting my cattle escape. At an emergency town hall, the sisters brought in hired actors as concerned residents, but I'd done my homework. I laid out my evidence, recorded confessions, survey documents, proof of their illegally built houses. Veronica lost her real estate license and ended up in a call center. Beatrice got shipped off to some isolated office. The sisters had to cough up $18,500 in damages, plus legal fees. As the dust settled, the community started to heal. But you're probably wondering about that BMW under a ton of dirt, right? By the time she stomped over to my house, screeching about how I'd pay for this, her precious Beamer was sinking fast. 3 hours later, that BMW was more buried than King Tut. The tow truck driver took one look and laughed. As I watched Veronica's meltdown from my porch, sipping a cold glass of lemonade, I couldn't help but chuckle. So here's a lesson for all you entitled folks out there. Respect your local farmers. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some organic tomatoes to tend to.